Chapter 6, Spick-and-Span. "Be still," said Jack. Jack and Annie stood frozen as the elephant stepped out of the shadows. It waded into the pond and dipped its trunk into the water. "Oh, wow," said Annie. Whew! Jack breathed a sigh of relief. An elephant wasn't going to chase them and eat them, but still, the elephant was huge. "Let's sneak away," said Jack. But I want to watch," said Annie. "Fine," said Jack. He was tired of Annie getting sidetracked. "I'm going to solve the riddle all by myself then. I'll meet you back at the treehouse later." He turned to go away, and a spray of water rained down on him. It came from behind him. He shouted with surprise, "Ah!" Then he looked back. The elephant's trunk was pointed straight at Annie. "Cool," she cried. "He's giving me a shower." The elephant sprayed her again, and then again. The mud slowly rolled off of her face, and then her braids, her t-shirt, her shorts, her legs, and finally off of her sneakers. "I guess the elephant doesn't like dirty kids," said Annie, laughing. Her eyes were squeezed shut. Finally she was clean and soaking wet. "Now it's your turn," she said to Jack. Jack stepped forward and shut his eyes tight. A blast of water hit him, and it did feel like a shower, a very strong shower. When Jack was clean, the elephant let out a grunt and then started to splash himself with the water. "Thanks," said Annie. "Yeah, thanks," said Jack. "I'm Spick-and-Span now." Is that your prediction for this chapter? "When the sun dries me off, I'll be like new," said Annie. "Good," said Jack. "Now we can get serious." He picked up his heavy pack. "We have to figure out the answer to the riddle so we can leave this place before we run into real trouble." He looked around nervously. Where are the lions? He wondered. A small bird flittered near his head. "Hi," Annie said to the bird. Jack turned back to her. "According to the riddle, we're looking for something gold and sweet." "Oh, what do you want?" Annie asked the bird. The bird twittered and flew around Jack and Annie. Its feathers were a dull gray color, but it had a lot of bright, happy manner to it. "Annie, listen to me and not to the bird," said Jack. The bird kept fluttering around them. "She's trying to tell us something," said Annie. "Annie," Jack let out a big long sigh. "You're driving me crazy today," he said. "But I feel like she needs our help," said Annie. "Maybe her babies fell out of the nest." "Annie, you can't save every animal in Africa," said Jack. "Come on, Jack. This bird is important," said Annie. "Trust me." The bird darted toward the tree. It landed on a branch and cocked its head at them, back and forth. "See," said Annie. "She's saying, 'Follow me.'" The bird headed into the forest, and Annie started after it. "Don't go in there," said Jack. "You might run into—" There was no need to finish. The bird and Annie had disappeared into the trees. "A snake or lion," Jack said to himself. "Come on," Annie called. "Oh," Jack moaned. He pulled on his pack and ran. The peanut butter jar thumped against his back. Chapter 7 is called Hi There. What do you think this chapter is going to be about? Tell an adult your prediction and we'll find out tomorrow.